Can I tell you? The session opened up with Mike Miller, president of the Senate, announcing he's got cancer,
Right.
stage 4. And then the session ends with the Speaker of the House um, passing a law of dying the day before the session closed.
Yeah.
Who could have seen something like that? And these were two powerful guys, man.
Right. Right. Yes. And he's speaking about the Senate President Mike Miller and the Speaker. I'm sorry, of the House, Mike Bush, for the state of Maryland. And so, for those that's out there and may not be that in depth with the political process, they've served for decades, certainly in the House and in the Senate. And many people know that recently that Mr. Miller, I'm sorry, yes, Mr. Bush, I'm sorry, transitioned, and so it's just sometimes sign he dies like a we're done festive, and it's just a different feeling for everyone involved, and that people have known him for years, and I've heard nothing but good things from different people.
Yeah, well, I was there Monday night, and it was a different kind of place. You're right.
Okay.
Normally, the last night of the session was hectic, was hurried, but when the gavel comes down at 12 o'clock, it becomes a sensitive atmosphere. But it was nowhere near that this year.
Right.
It was not. And I tell you what, even as I've gone through the many years, this morning, many parties around after that Monday night. And I'm telling you, there were a lot of places. There weren't as many social gatherings.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Right.
yeah, it used to be. So you're absolutely right. This session was definitely a bit.
Right. So, but
I tell you what,
yeah, no. So just share. And many people may not. We'll just merge these two together. I mean, people know you from the political space. For working on several campaigns, and we can discuss that. But also, from your publishing days and background and Morgan State. So, just share. We'll start. I mean, were you always living in were you always in the Baltimore County area?
no. I'm a Baltimore City guy, man.
Oh,
Grew
okay.
up on the west, grew up on the west side of the city. My parents moved me into the county when I was probably in very late teens. I mean, very late teens. So I did move into the county probably sometime back in the um, 70s,
Okay.
early 70s. I said, and so, and then from that point on, my life has been Baltimore County.
Right.
Because I lived there, married there, raised my kids here, and I sent them off to college here, so Baltimore County, that's in the home base.
Right. 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 Yeah. See, I have a similar trajectory. Born and raised in Baltimore, and my mother moved me to Woodlawn for like 2 3 years, and I went to Woodlawn High for 2 years, and I was a city boy, so I was like, nah, man, I got to get back into town, so I got to hang out with my boys. So I ended up graduating from Woodlawn, I mean Walbrook. So, but it just gave me a different feel, and knowing what I know, and knowing some people in Woodlawn, really, kind of had a different kind of bond, I'd say, than growing up in the city. So, uh, but
Well, it's funny what you said, Woodlawn. First moving out of the city, it looked like Woodlawn was the first stop in the town.
right,
As people don't realize it, and I don't know if you listen to a lot of Baltimore-based people here, but it's that Liberty Road Park, right? You came out of Liberty Heights, and when black folks started exiting Baltimore City,
Mm-hmm.
they came off the Liberty and Park.
Mm.
And it came from Liberty Heights to Liberty Road.
Mm-hmm.
And on the first time, it Woodlawn. And then if you were moving, if you thought you were moving up a little more, you're moving up in the Ramsey town.
Okay, right.
And now it's basically that northeast part of Baltimore County. And you talk about Woodlawn, Randallstown, Old Middle,
Right.
right? It's where a lot of the folks who were coming out of the city, that's where those are the communities they ended up
Right, right. Yes, agreed. So your history didn't start with the Northwest Voice newspaper. Uh,
in.
so, I mean, you worked in? I mean, what was that like your major? Was media and journalism? Was that like actually your major?
I tell you what, it goes to show you how life goes, man. We don't like to think we plan our lives out, but hey, I can say it this way sometimes, you have these plans and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The deal is, this wasn't my plan. I
Mm.
was more than state, Little Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
I ever liked Little Wisconsin.
Right.
When I went Morgan, I finished Morgan, and my goal was I taken my do back and LSC, and I said I'm going to go to law school. I mean, I had it all figured out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the goal.
Okay.
So what happened was I had a part-time job at a local corner. Baltimore had two major newspapers. One was the Baltimore newspaper, and the other one was the Baltimore News and Line.
Right.
Those were the two papers.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a part-time job while I was working at Morgan, at the News and Line newspaper, Baltimore News and Line.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there part-time, worked in the evening. In the classified department, people would call up and they'll tear up in the paper. And my job was to answer phones, sit there, write them up,
Mm.
and send them to you. And I was there for maybe about a year and a half, doing that as a part-time job. And what happened was, the guy there, and let me tell you, this is back in the 70s. This is back in the 70s. And I can't believe it, but even back in the 70s, there weren't a lot of folks that looked like me that worked inside of what you think.
Mm. Wow.
And when I talk with 50 or 60 to 60, and what happened was I had a guy who ran the advertising department. For whatever reason, he took a lot of me. And we got along fine and what happened. And when he knew I was graduating from college, he asked me what I was going to do. I told him, well, my plan is I'm going to go to law school. And, he said, I really think you'd be good.
Mm.
I said, I really think you'd be good at that. Volunteer, come and take a job with us. And believe it or not, I'm graduating from college, and I told the guy, no, that's my plan. I'm going to go to law school. And, and the guy said, well, okay, but, I really think you'd be good at this job and think about it. Well, I do know the graduate time came around. They came around, and all my friends, everybody's trying to figure out what they're going to do now. And everybody thought they were looking for jobs and trying to find jobs. And then, and it took me, I said, the guy's offering me a job.
Mm.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the job, and I'm going to work for the summer. And at the end of the summer, I'm going to sell them outside. I didn't like it. I'm not going off law.
Right.
I think that's the way I can make some extra money every summer.
Right.
When I had this full-time period, going advertising, and at the end of the summer, I was going to tell the guy, I tried it, didn't care for it much, and I'm going to go law school. Well, that's what I did. I went back, told him I thought about it a little bit. I said, I think I might want to take this job with. And I thought it would be as simple as that. But see, I knew he wanted. And this is what I really realized how things work.
Mm.
And I always knew that I got to see it firsthand because when I had to talk to the advertising director, I could tell he wasn't keen on having a guy like me, somebody who looks like me, that are representing the free state.
Mm.
I remember having just had that death in the back. And he looked at me and said, are you sure this should be something you should do? And I'm like, what? He said, why couldn't I do it? I looked at the other gentleman. We're going to train him a little bit. This advertising sales, I should be able to do this. All right? And then he came out and said, we're going to be dealing with a lot of folks who aren't used to dealing with, and after the 70s, this guy was still using the word, Negro.
Right.
That's the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we haven't had anybody like this guy. So
Mm.
put out there on the street that I don't know how this will all work. And for some reason, it kind of pissed me off.
Mm.
But the guy was coming up to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the guy and I said, really, I believe I can do the job. If you decide, I'll go out there and I'll do it myself. And so, needless to say, the gave me the job. I went out there for the summer months. And again, my plan was, again, work it for like 60 days. And then come back and say, hey, thank you, but no thank you, and move on. But I got out there that summer and I knocked on doors. The previous category is automotive sales. So what I had to do is go out there and knock on the door of automotive sales. Convince them to advertise it in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that, and on top of that, the territory for the territory of that. Territory is what? Housing, ammonia, and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't get any whiter, right?
Right.
And you say about the News American and the Sunday, but the News American was considered to be politics.
Okay. Okay.
So it wasn't a paper, it wasn't a paper story.
Mm.
That's why they had me out there. Nobody else wanted it.
Mm.
Anybody who didn't want to stay there.
Wow.
And I can tell you, it was interesting in the beginning.
Mm.
Because I'm walking in businesses of people who had, businesses of, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and, some of them, now you probably over $1 million businesses, right? And you got this young black guy walking in, and they're going to tell you how to do your money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little strange in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But as they always say, we have to work harder. We have to work harder to do it.
Right.
And I thought, one guy, I remember one sale I made was so simple as this. The guy told me I had not on his voice. He said he had never seen anybody else as I was. Or knocking in front of his voice.
Mm.
I told you that he's coming back. And at that time I told myself, well, in my mind, I'm going to keep it in Manila until I turn it into a
Right.
But that's what it is. I started at Barbara News Rising. Believe it or not, I had some successes and bringing in accounts that I hadn't had before, and it wasn't long after that. After I started having some successes. And by the way, too, by the end of the summer when I kept saying I'm going to leave, I kept putting that off one thing after the other time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I looked around and I said, let me do it for you.
Mm.
But bottom line, I had some successes. I was an advertising sales rep, moved from advertising sales rep to the automotive sales manager. And then from the automotive sales manager to advertising sales manager.
Oh, wow.
So that is where I cut my teeth at when it came to these things. And I understand marketing, I understand advertising. And that is my real background.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I complain, um, my father and I, the guy who worked at the station, we went out to the Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
And then that's like grounded out in Guam advertising. And then I ran an ad agency for 25 years. So again, that's my background. That's what I do. But I guess you said, well, how did you end up with music? A community thing.
Right.
Because I do marketing, because I do advertising. Again, I'm out there, I'm buying this stuff that I was in the ad agency. I used to buy advertising for TV, radio stations, newspaper, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked around and I saw the community and I watched the various meetings that were there. But you know what I noticed was in Baltimore County, in Baltimore County, especially northwest Baltimore County,
Mm.
I recognize that they did not have publication that started it.
Wow. Wow.
And you might say that, and it's a wow. You know, we have black folks who moved into these communities.
Mm-hmm.
Household union in Congress there,
Mm-hmm.
Moses there, right? But no newspaper that they could call their own, no media that they had on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew why it wasn't there. Because for a lot of media people, they weren't concerned about serving that community.
Mm.
Conversation every day.
Right.
The idea was, their about conversations would get out. Because I remember there was an Orange Bill time, there was a Safety Bill time, right? So there was no anything to live on or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I, so I looked at it, I said, look, the legislature that started that has to do paper, it just fought with the little bit of those over to the report we filed over.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but Woodlawn,
Mm-hmm.
so when I had my ad agency, I said to my partner, I said, look, you got an advertising here. You understand advertising. I said, all you have to do is go out and find some writers, right?
Right.
And a publication together.
Mm-hmm.
We'll deliver them that dollar, and they'll deliver it at first. And that's how we do it.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, so how long totally have you been with the Northwest Voice? So this is a monthly publication? Right.
Let me tell you, I originally launched the Northwest Voice after 2005. 2005, that's when we launched it back then.
Mm-hmm.
And now what happened in 2000, what happened in 2007, 2008?
2007, 2000. Was that the beginning of the online stuff, or? I mean, well, no.
That was 2007.
Right. The economic crisis. Right.
I dropped out of everything.
Okay.
Late 2006, 2007.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's when the bottom dropped out of the economy.
Yes. Yes. Right.
The bottom dropped out of the economy. So I originally started the paper in 2005. By the time we got to 2007, we knew we had some problems.
Mm.
Advertising out.
Mm.
Finding them the people. I had relationships with lots of businesses out there, lots of advertising. And as the economy got worse and worse, selling ads became more difficult. And not only selling ads became difficult, but collecting on the advertising that from the accounts they had became more difficult.
Mm.
And it wasn't that people said, I'm gonna take this guy, I'm not gonna pay him, I'm home. Because people, we were accounts, we had relationships. People just didn't have the money to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. So we were in the paper from 2005 up until about 2010.
Mm-hmm.
2002, 2011, somewhere in there. that couldn't do it anymore.
Mm.
Anytime you got more money going out the door, you got something to get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not in this anymore. And I made the decision then. In my mind, I made the decision. I did not need to take the business. I knew that I wanted to. It's not working. And keep in mind, and when did the airline stuff come in?
Oh, I mean, late 90s.
2015 and 2005.
Okay.
The internet was dialing up, um, and internet, social media, those kind of things was coming aboard. And here I am, I have a newspaper
Mm-hmm.
going anywhere. So in my mind, I made the decision this time. And everything has its own different time. Newspapers, and I also had the newspapers all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
They was knocking like flies.
Mm-hmm.
They was dropping like flies. Newspapers were just sick. So when I left the paper down in 2011, I didn't say I was going out of business. What I said was I was just saving publication.
Mm-hmm.
I was saving publication for a while. But in my mind, I said, I'm done.
Mm.
Newspapers. Now, I'm old enough, I'm smart enough to know that newspapers is what I call the horse and buggy of newspeople.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's a generational thing. When I look at people, look immediately to somebody who needs to be I just figured out that's the only way out. All this, the social media thing on the way out. But even after knowing all of that, the newspapers have any viability at all.
Mm-hmm.
Newspapers have a viability of being what I call a community newspaper.
Mm.
That's the difference.
Right.
Because people who live in communities, they still want to know what's going on in their backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily going a news outlet don't send the drill down to community.
Right.
They give you the big stuff, but they're not in the backyard doing the community stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And people who live in communities aren't saying, let me go online and see what's going on in my neighborhood. That's not what's happening either.
Mm. Right.
They're viable.
Yes.
They're good newspapers. They are viable because everybody wants to know what's going on in the schools in the neighborhood. Everybody likes to know what's going on with the local politics and the economic development.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And if you have any success, that's what it would be if you focus on those categories. So remember, I first checked in 2010 of the community who remembered the paper when I was running the people. They were always saying to me, when is the Northwest Board coming back? When is the Northwest
Wow.
Board coming back?
Mm-hmm.
I was writing to one point. So I would say, are we going to put the paper back on? Are we going to put the paper back on?
Mm.
And then I decided back in 2013, 2014, I said, I'll do it another thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I can put people back together, way back out down from advertising, and relaunch it.
Mm.
And I have to be honest with you, it's doing better this time around than it almost did the first time.
Wow.
People like the publication, people are reading it.
Mm-hmm.
What I have this time that I didn't have last time was the social media side of it, or the internet.
Mm.
So I'm sitting and I'm online.
Right.
So I'm using both roads.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, interesting. It's a rather, I don't know if we say historic day. I don't know if you've been following or saw the story about the, I guess you could say one of the oldest publications in and Black America Johnson Publishing. Recently, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they shut down the what's that, Ebony and Jet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
again, for press publication, it's a very tough.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be on top of the thing. It's a very tough deal. And
Mm-hmm.
again, when we think about the future, I have three boys. Uh, two in their 30s, one in their 20s,
Okay.
right? I can tell you that I probably can count the time where I see them pick up print publication,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
on their phone, they're on their tablet, they're
Mm-hmm.
on the laptop.
Mm.
But you just walk around and steady yourself, and you look around and say, how many folks you see in that generation reading a newspaper or reading a magazine?
Right.
And so you have to keep in mind, this is the future because because those generations that that are before them, not before them, the older generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving. They're leaving.
Right. Right.
So if you're always looking at where's the growth,
Right.
how do you grow?
Right.
To look at what's coming behind you, and if they're not embracing what you're doing, you better change. Because eventually the customers you have, they're going to age out. And these new customers are going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not doing what you're offering, then you're going to go.
Right. I'll just yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'll just share a little story. Instant. I don't know where I saw this article, but or now I went to a NNPA conference. Like sometimes, I mean, once I went down in Florida. I was just looking for an excuse to get away in the summer, and I mean in the winter, and they had something there. And then I went to something in at the Gaylord, and this is like all the newspaper publishers and all the black newspapers in the United States. And I think they said something about diversifying the not just not necessarily the product line, but one of them mentioned, I think that was like a panel, and they said something about doing like community events as well to keep themselves out there and generate revenue, just using some creativity already with the brand uh, to like an annual ball or annual gala type of thing that I've seen other um, media outlets do. So I'll just mention that because it'd be good. Northwest Voice. I know we spoke about our brother having his 25th year anniversary, but we gonna have to do one for the Northwest Voice too.
Well, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You have to engage in a lot of different ways. Again, because I probably know, I know you can read my attitude, right? And I'm probably talking somebody in their 40s,
Mm-hmm.
their 40s and up,
Right.
right? What do I have to do to get to lineage, so 20 and 30? Or will I
Right.
ever have it? So I know I won't have them doing it exactly the way I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, like you said, if the Northwest Voice is creating a community newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
every now and then put on this, job fairs, things of that sort,
Mm-hmm.
to introduce the product to younger people. That have, and again, do I really mind? Do I mind if they do it if they pick it up and bring it, if they read it online? I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they read it.
Right.
They can read it online, and they can pick it up. And
Yeah.
And for older folks who still like to hold it in their hand, I have it. And for folks who want to go online,
Yeah, it's just something about reading a newspaper. You know, it's like I mean, for me, and it's probably going to be like that forever. I know, you know, it. Most people, if they're using social media, I mean, they're looking at the news things. They're really looking to I guess engage. You know, more so they're looking to, you know, add their comments to the story of the day. So people want to hear themselves talk about issues. So.
yeah. But so what they're doing is just looking at it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
They're
Right.
not really doing that. So they're not doing what I call creative.
Yeah.
They're going in depth. And that's what a newspaper would do. A TV or radio show. I sometimes it's going to go in depth. Um, because you can have time and stuff.
Right. Right.
Time and stuff. Now, you know, this format right here, if you're going to talk radio,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an excellent, format
Mm-hmm.
for doing in that and going to not. Because it's really dialogue, it's very occasionally you get all those things.
Right.
And when you talk about TV, remember, those TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
right? 20, you know, people think for sometimes an hour, 21 minutes. Because you got 9 minutes of commercial.
Right.
21 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to grab a lot of information
Yes.
on one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but community newspaper, so you go around, and they survive because they're in their community. And I've always figured out what my people have said to me, and a lot of people, you know, they try to get me to say that all the city was, they try to get me to say, go to and, of course, there's nothing that stops you from doing it. It's better than how you're going to pay for it.
Right.
You got to know where your revenue's going to come from.
Yes.
And you got to make sure you can cover. Because in community newspapers, which is these people, those writers,
Mm-hmm.
go in and scoop up that local news. And it's got to be the stuff that people want to know about.
Right.
Because of the way they, so, for me to take a Northwest newspaper and to take it and drop it in Baltimore City, then you don't fly. With folks about it because they're not reading about their neighborhood.
Right.
Talking about their neighborhood. Why am I reading something?
Exactly.
Why am I reading it?
Mm-hmm.
When I think about it, I think, like the Afro, I was knowing the Afro was had a circulation of 100,000 pages.
Wow. 100,000.
100,000. As a kid, I told the Afro.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
So, to go from 100,000 pages, and when do you think the circulation is today?
Let me guess. 2010. What?
Right? About 7,000.
Wow. 7,000. Wow.
7,000 that they covered, and that 7,000 circulation covers Baltimore and Washington.
Wow. Baltimore and Washington. Wow. That's yeah. Okay.
So again, you know, this is what we're dealing with. So I
Mm-hmm.
have a nice little concentrated area. I took care of Bakersville,
Mm-hmm.
Woodlawn, Randallstown, Pikeville, Orangeville, and Rice.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of these I cover. And what I do is if people pick it up, they know they're gonna read something about something that's going on in their backyard.
Right.
It'll be about their schools, it'll be about their politics. It's gonna be about business coming in or business use.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then whatever the local stuff is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yeah. It's beautiful, and you know, and that's what I said. I mean, I know that many of the certainly the history of you know black politics in Baltimore County, and by extension Baltimore City. From my understanding, that some of them actually started in the city. Many of the politicians that are now in the county uh, may have started in the city. But you covered a lot of ground during the 90-day session, as well as leading up uh, post the primary and the general election, with many of the changes in the county, with the three-way county race that was, oh man, it was like so close, right?
Right. Can you leave it all in long enough to see, a three-way race, and, the third place when it was less than 1,000 votes, we were talking about almost a million votes being cast.
Mm,
So, let's see how close that was.
yeah, yes,
Unbelievable. And Johnny Especially won with what? A little more than 100 votes? 100 and some votes he won by?
right,
Or, no, the final count, I think, was almost 200.
right, right,
And the thing about that university is with that small margin, those who tell you how serious you are.
right, right.
The Baltimore County politics is interesting.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you that, black folks, we play a big part out there.
Mm-hmm.
In Baltimore County, on those county races, you don't win unless you bring up black voters.
Mm.
And when you speak of it, and I think about it, again, I'm old enough to know, 25 years ago, a black city elected was nothing in Baltimore County.
Wow, wow.
It was so bad that they had to create a district. They had to carve out a district where they knew they put enough black folks into a district, just so that they could get a black elected. And that's when they carved out the tenth district.
Mm-hmm.
In 2000, that's like they carved out the tenth district in 1990.
Mm.
1990,
Okay.
and they carved that out, that city had service relatives
Mm-hmm.
who was the Baltimore City relatives.
That's what I mean, right.
He moved into the county,
Right.
so that he could run past city.
Okay, okay, okay.
And that's when, so, no, it's the late 80s when they probably did this out, and the first election in the county, in 1990. But
Mm.
it was an interesting deal, because up to that point, there was no black elected officials in Baltimore County.
Mm.
So it started out with the state, and they made a big deal with the fact that the Baltimore County functioned monopoly. But with that population that we had there, and the way they had it spread out, there was no sense in numbers nowhere
Mm.
to allow black to get elected. When we drew a line, we put Woodbine and Manning, together, and went over and pulled in a little bit of state,
Mm.
really expensive.
Okay.
And that allowed not only to get 8,000 back, the whole
Slate.
district, all the elected officials are African
Mm-hmm.
Senator and Congress, all African
Mm.
Like, if they hadn't grown the district to allow that to happen, it would not have happened.
Wow, wow.
And then a couple of years later, we were able to elect that first, county council person.
Right. Julian Jones? Is that Julian?
That's really done.
Oh, wow.
No,
Okay.
Julian wasn't the first. Ken Oliver was the first.
Ken Oliver. Right. Okay, Ken Oliver. Right. That's right. Thank you.
Ken Oliver was the first.
Is he still around? Or
Then still around.
okay.
Still around. Yes, he's very retirement, but he's still around. Believe it or not, I think I do him maybe about once a month.
Okay.
So Ken was the first African American
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the North County has been the only African American senator who's had the ball like. And then you had Billy and Petroleum who was younger. And you had Henry Burns who
Burns.
was younger. And then you had Joan Parker who was a delegate, but she passed away while she was in office.
Oh, okay.
Passed away. And when she passed away while she was in office, who was chosen by the people committee to take her place? And now,
Adrian.
the honorable, that's right,
Right.
delegate, Speaker Pro Tem.
Right. Now, speaking of,
And I can't believe I watched all this stuff go on.
yeah. Now, speaking of Speaker Pro Tem, Ms. Jones, what do you think her probability, the chances of her becoming the next speaker?
That's a $1 million question.
Right.
I think at this point, I remember when the speaker first came there,
Mm-hmm.
and they started dropping already.
Yeah, right.
They were dropping, and the only two names I would ever hear was Maggie McIntyre, Maggie Carson, Maggie from Baltimore City,
Yes. Right.
and Brittany.
Right.
Those are the two names.
Mm-hmm.
And because those are the only two names I heard, it's going to be two. It's going to be one of those two.
Okay. Right.
I just didn't get Delegate Jones' name in the mix. Some folks didn't even know if he was thinking to something.
Right.
But it's not the same thing as territory.
Mm.
She's been running the show for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
She's got to access to a lot more service than the situation that
Right.
and trying to put her top to top way out. And people have watched her actually see what she can do. And they like the way she's been running the country, she's been rushing the side. So I think she's in the mix now.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I think she's in the mix now. So,
Sounds good.
I think if she wants it, and she goes out and she makes it known that she wants it, I think it's going to be a real one.
Okay. All right. All right.
So what do you think, huh?
No, well, yeah. I mean, she's sharp. She's one of the sharpest ones, and polite and pleasant. You know, I mean, I think she's certainly fair, and I mean, she's just a good person. That's what I've seen in my limited interactions. I know she's really good with Mr. Keith Haynes, my delegate in the 44A district. So she came to his fundraiser. So she's, I think she's pretty well versed in hearing her story. Actually, when we at the Catonsville, that Black History thing for that school, the naming for the school, I had a good conversation with her. So, I was very impressed with what she was speaking about, and just how she conducts herself. So, but right. Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, so she's been at the table.
Yes. Yes.
She knows how to say words.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like I said, I think if she wants it, she can make it known that she wants it. And the other two will probably be campaigning for probably year.
Okay.
Because they probably started last year when people first got sick. They probably thought that, this would be, the last time around.
Yeah.
And so they probably started campaigning early for it.
Right. I saw.
If Delegate Jones says she wants it, it changes the whole race.
Wow.
Now they're going to have to make it for it.
Yes, sir.
Georgia County, Remember, all these speakers have been up there on the ball.
Okay.
See, people don't realize all these delegates, or more than half, they said over 60 to 70% of these delegates and these senators down there have only served under one speaker and one president.
Right.
That's how
Okay.
long these guys have held the office.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
So some
interesting.
of these people they don't know any other speakers.
Right.
They don't.
Yes, sir.
They don't
Yes,
know
sir.
any other speakers. They don't know any other presidents of the Senate. They don't. Mike Miller's been there what?
30 some.
Uh,
So,
He's been there over 30 years now. As speaker, I know he's been there over 20 years.
right. Right. Yeah, right. I'm not sure how long, but certainly a long time. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've been kind of involved in the political process last 13, 14, 15 years. So, um, so definitely.
Wow.
But we're running low on time here. This time flew. I told you, I knew we could get it going.
Yeah,
I knew we
I
could.
did
I knew
that.
we could hold it down for an hour. So we about at 50 minutes. So we're gonna wrap up here. So the Northwest Voice.
Everything. The Northwest Board guys. So, anybody who, first of all, anybody who's involved in Calvin area, it doesn't matter. You can even send it to you online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it is. The Northwest Board newspaper. If you want to go online and see it, it's at nwvoicenews.com,
Mm-hmm.
nwvoicenews.com. All right. Anybody ever want to reach out to me? I'm Kenny Brown. The phone number to the newspaper is 410-508-1424. That's 410-508-1424. But everybody has my personal cell phone. You don't even call that number, do you?
No.
410-410-979-5183. That's my personal cell phone. 410-979-5183. So just reach out to me.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
reach out to me. I'm always looking for new readers. I'm always looking.
All right.
And meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
I want to wish you much success on this show here. Okay?
All right. I thank you, and thank everybody for tuning in. That was Mr. Kenny Brown of the Northwest Voice, publisher of the Northwest Voice newspaper, published every month, reaching Owings Mills, Pikesville, Randallstown, Reisterstown, Windsor Mill, Woodlawn, and Catonsville. And District 44A, 44B, my senator, shout out to my senator, Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam. He ran her campaign and did some phenomenal work to ensure that she served one more session in Annapolis this year. So thank him for joining me, and thank my producer here, sister, for holding it down another week. And we're going to come back next week. Hopefully we're going to have Dr. George C. Frazier on, so we'll see. So we are out. Check you all next